Hello, everyone. In today's episode, we've got a very special guest for a very special event. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Robert, and I have the privilege and fortune of being Victor's dad.
Now, would you describe yourself as someone who enjoys music?
I love music, yes, all different genres.
Yes. Now, at the same time, though, you don't have much experience when it comes to video games.
Not at all.
So, for me, though, I'm very enthusiastic about them. And this video games have, especially when it comes to the music, have opened up a lot of opportunities for sounds that you wouldn't normally hear in any other medium. So I thought it'd be fun to share some video game music with you and get your opinion on it.
Great, okay, love to.
For those viewing at home and are on the go, wherever you're watching this, for the sake of avoiding any potential copyright, I will be pausing the video as we listen to the music and then resuming to give our thoughts afterwards. However, you can see the tracks we're listening to, and I encourage you to open these up on your own and listen to them, and then give us your own thoughts on them in the comments. So this first one is called Howl from Days of Anger. It's a piano piece based in a game called Fate Grand Order, where you are fighting against monsters and other creatures alongside heroes from both mythology and real history. Okay? So that was Howl. What did you think of that one?
Nice piano work, very melodic, kind of positive, uplifting, and kind of serious towards the end.
Like I said, it's a boss battle theme essentially, so it does get serious. I like the use of the Dies Irae refrain. I don't know if you picked that up on it, but the heavy piano notes went
Right. Oh, yeah.
Dies Irae, and the whole tune is basically built around that. But then you also had the other layers of piano because you had much lighter notes in the background. I would love to see this being performed live.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah.
So, still on piano, but jumping into a very different interpretation of how piano works here. This is from a game series called Kingdom Hearts, which is licensed by Disney and Square Enix. And this is a theme song for one of the bad guy groups who are called Organization 13. So, this is their theme song. So that was Organization 13. What do you think of that one?
I liked it. I liked the movement. It was started being almost with the voices almost angelic, and in the background, and to me it was kind of it didn't sound like bad guys. It sounded more like good guys.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right. Yeah, that was my take on that.
It's it almost has a pondering feeling to it.
It really was. Yeah. It was well done.
So this next one is going for a completely different vibe. We're changing up the pace. So that was Rain, or Deference for Darkness, as it's known. The music that you just heard is in a military science fiction game called Halo, which you have a little familiarity with. It's from a spin-off title called ODST, where you're a single orbital drop shock trooper. You've been dropped into an occupied city in the middle of the night. It's raining, the city's already been taken by alien forces, and you're just wandering the city trying to find your missing squad mates. So the music is very crucial for setting the entire mood, though, because it gives... For me, when I was listening to it and I was playing, it made it feel like even though I'd encounter enemies and I'd beat them, it felt insignificant in a way. It made it feel small and very personal. Not like your usual heroic fanfare that you'd hear. I thought the saxophone was also a very inspired choice to use. What do you think?
I thought actually it was it started slow and kind of maybe a little dark, but then it opened up and became more positive, and it kind of grew around that, and then it kind of retreated again, and it was kind of hard to tell which way it was going, but it felt like it was trying to tell a story, or the music was trying to tell a story.
There's a lot of uncertainty in it, which again, that's kind of the whole point. You don't know what's happening. You're all alone in behind enemy lines, essentially. So you're trying to hold on to whatever hope you have.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was good. I liked it.
This next track is from a very popular game series known as The Legend of Zelda. And every region in this game for Ocarina of Time has its own unique musical language and style. This is one of the most popular ones for the Gerudo Valley, which is a desert region. So here we go. So that was Gerudo Valley. What did you think of that one?
I liked it. It was, I liked the percussions. It was well done. The trumpet, and then the guitar came in, and it was very melodic. It was easy and nice to listen to.
Yeah, a lot of the music is because in the game, a lot of the area that you're climbing through is deserted. It's empty and barren as you travel from one region to another. So the music has a lot of opportunity to really give you the mood and setting and trying to encourage you as you're going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Staying in the realm of fantasy, though, we're going into a very different tone with Watch the Skies. This is a track from the hit game known as Skyrim from the Elder Scrolls series. This is a boss theme song used when you're battling with dragons. And that was Watch the Skies. What do you think of that one?
I wouldn't have known that they're battling necessarily. I would not have gotten that. I think it was good music. The choir kind of kept building up, and there was a point a little later where you could tell that maybe there was a battle scene, right? But other than that, I wouldn't have known that that's a dragon battle.
Good. What would make it sound more draconic to you then? What would you think of if you wanted dragon music?
Good question. I guess I've never really thought about that. But I think if you have a battle music, it needs to be more dramatic in a way, and sometimes maybe as well as darker, because usually there's battles, people are getting hurt, dying, and so you didn't get any of that in there. It was just tempos increasing, right? But yeah, I wouldn't have known that that's a dragon battle.
Interesting. All right, well, moving on. This is from this game Darktide, and it's set in the Warhammer universe. This is an interesting track on the whole music for the game because most of the music is very dark and moody. This goes in the complete opposite direction. Instead, it's trying to be more inspiring to you, the player. That was the Emperor of Mankind from Warhammer Darktide.
Okay.
What do you think of that one?
Definitely battle music all the way through until the end. I think it changed a little. It seemed like maybe some people were dying, right? But yeah, other than that, it was well done.
The soundtrack is done by Jesper Kyd, who's done a lot of... He's very much more what I'd consider an experimental composer compared to a lot of others. And that really came through for the soundtrack he composed here, especially in this one, where it's a mix of what I always like to call organic instruments versus non-organic, because the vocals are organic, the percussion was organic, like those are natural. Yet at the same time, you also had this underlying electronic bass, and normally that role would be filled by trumpet or some kind of brass. Instead, you had this like electronic horn whine being used, but it's being used in the exact same way you'd use a French horn or something,
right,
to cap off everything.
Okay, wow, interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This last track here is Sugaan Essena from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This was a game that came out recently. I really loved it. And the title translates to Black Thunder in Mongolian.
Hmm.
And it was composed by a Mongolian band called The Who.
Who knew?
Exactly,
The
who
Who.
knew? Well, not a lot of people, this game certainly introduced me to them through the music they were allowed to use in
Okay,
it.
cool.
So, like for a lot of people.
Yeah, let's
So,
hear it.
here we go. That was Sugaan Essena. What do you think of that one?
Well, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of starts slowly. It grows on you. Like the different language.
Mm-hmm.
I like the voices.
Yeah, that's that's all in Mongolian,
Yeah.
and that's traditional throat singing. But the Who are bringing it into a more modern style to carry on their culture, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got that at the end. It became more electronic, and then you brought fiddle, and you got that modernization of the old traditions. I think it's got a great sound, different. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a very unique sound no one had ever heard before. I certainly hadn't, and it has made me want to look them up now.
Yeah.
And I've done that actually, where I've listened to more of their music.
Really?
It's,
Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And it's funny how this is implemented. The main character of the game, who is a Jedi in hiding, this is actually his favorite band in universe.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a nice little bit of promotion at the same time.
Let's just go to, yeah. All right.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on.
Hey, you're welcome.
How would you say your overall view of video game music, has it changed? Are you more intrigued now? What have you thought so far after all this?
So I'd say, well, obviously I didn't really have any knowledge about it. I think it's interesting. It's something new. It's different for sure. I think it's kind of new genre, and I think it sounds like it has a lot of legs. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, if we do this in the future, we'll have even more variety to share with you.
Okay, that'd be great. Love
So,
to.
yeah. Take care, everyone, and see you next time.